What do you have to say?
No, do not go straight to that. I guess it was a rough start. Yeah, I felt this wouldn't last long at first. Everything was just, I'm just gonna give them the very basics to start their own.
Satir.
Yeah, I just lay down just a little bit of foundation for them to move, because they already have a teacher. They already have a teacher advisor. They already have and they are pianists, two pianists there.
Monique and
Yankee.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so and they are very much qualified like I am. So when I went in, and plus my teacher, my school teacher who went in, put me in, so I guess it was just going to be a quick foundation teaching to them and how to lead a choir, and then that's it. I can probably just stop there.
You can probably leave within like 3 months.
Yeah, correct. I gave myself 8 months. That's the period where I took a break before starting degree. And little did I know I stayed on until now.
8 years, 8 months become 8 years.
Correct. So it's very shocking that I look back now, 8 years. I didn't think I would stay that long also, but yeah, I did. Ironically, it's there are two. One is from you guys, your part, the choir part, where I felt that they can do better. They already they made a little bit of improvement there.
They already bronze, they can silver. They already silver,
correct.
they can gold.
Yes. Yeah, so can push them to bronze already. Okay. Next year, okay, push some more. Oh, they can more silver. And then gold. Finally, that was the choirs, but I felt that
potential.
they can improve. Whether they can improve is one thing or not. There are of course choirs which take much longer time to improve, but I guess you guys managed to improve in a considerable amount of time, which is months to at least 1 year. There's already a improvement there. That's for the choirs, but for my part, I wanted to prove to others that I could actually lead a group of people into doing something that they want to do and they want to achieve, and also to prove people that although I do not have music skills in choir, I was only the pianist anyway in high school, so to actually prove to people that I could also lead a team to become at least
successful,
if not well known enough, but at least somewhere close to that. And I really think I succeeded.
Okay.
Actually a lot of thinking went on this before. Of course, before COVID started, the plan in 2020 was to bring you guys to at least one foreign country to compete, either Singapore, Bangkok, or Bali.
COVID happened.
Yeah, then COVID happened. Then COVID happened. Then everything just went wrong. But the plan still stays. I guess after 2 years, I would still like to bring you guys out, at least to one country to compete. And it doesn't have to be traditionally a mixed choir. I thought of if we have enough people, then we can split off into girls team, guys team, and compete into 2 separate categories. And then we also have one mixed choir. Then we go. So meaning in one competition we can try our luck.
Like 3 chances.
Try our luck, and then because when you have different number of people, we also try different songs. I won't give the same songs which girls can sing to the guys. For example, we can try different songs. So that would be one of the plans. Of course, another plan would be to become more well known on social media, which is YouTube. This one I'm still thinking how to do it. I do agree with some members who have said that there needs to be some bit of change in how we do things and what songs we should sing. Definitely we can try that, and we should try that. Maybe add a little bit more pattern, or maybe we try and mash up medleys and make pop songs into
choir version.
Better arranged.
After all
Pop
this
songs,
needed
yeah.
a diploma from you.
No, actually no, honestly no. I don't think the diploma will help in this stage. Actually, I can just start now. The diploma will just help me to teach better in terms of technique and all that, but it won't help me in because I'm not going for a composing master or whatever, you know, or diploma. I'm just going for a general conducting that's the plan, conducting sort of program. So it's a very
change.
it wouldn't just be maybe choir conducting. I could also go into orchestra conducting. Yeah, so it's again that's a different story, but anyhow.
A very general thing lah.
Yeah. Whereas the part where we switch things into more modern, so it's more appealing to people and more acceptable to, not to say not, and now what we're doing now is not acceptable, but more interesting to people, that can start now lah. Yeah, so hopefully we can be more famous on YouTube also. We try new songs and we upload stuff and joining competitions and hopefully generally make ourselves better known in Malaysia, because in Malaysia there are very few choirs that actually do well. There are many choirs, there are many people that know how to sing, but not many people can sing well. Yeah, I think yes, definitely is a yes. I learn more. In fact, I learn more from you guys, from what you guys have learned from me. Okay, I feel I've been teaching the same thing every week, but I feel throughout the process of 8 years, you guys have shown me that your hard work has actually motivated me to actually teach and to continue these 8 years. I would have stopped there long ago. I really would have stopped very, very early. If I see that no one is interested and it's fine, maybe because before I taught you guys, I went and teach in 2 other schools. Yeah, those 2 other schools also there are challenges. Again, I'm not allowed to do so much stuff. So I was very stuck there.
You mean restriction from
yeah,
school?
correct. Restriction from school, and also members who are not actually interested to come. So that actually, and that's why
Name them.
No.
Name the school, name the students,
No,
name the
I'll not.
teachers, name the PK.
So I feel when I came and teach you guys were different. You guys were different in which I see
because
that
we
you
all
guys
want to bonding.
I see you guys actually, okay, regardless whatever the reason is, I felt that you guys did genuinely put effort, and that's why I say, okay, this is a group of people which I feel is worth my time. They are doing something which, they can actually do something on a Saturday morning, but instead they keep coming, and I should also try and impart as much as I have learned music throughout 15 years in my piano lessons and all, and to teach them.
Teach me piano.
Yeah, to teach them what I know, because I can see that many of them actually, they are very eager to learn. So that's what makes them different, and they actually motivated me to actually come and teach. So it's not just always me motivating them if I've motivated them. But yeah, I also, every time actually people said, John, you come out of choir more happier than before you started teaching. Yeah, which is true. I go in at 9 o'clock last time, right? Yeah, I went in at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm very tired. I'll be like, why am I doing this? I'm tired. Okay, I need to go and teach again. Okay. Then at 12 o'clock when I finish, I feel I'm more energized than before I came in.
Charged.
So I think this is something which I also find it very rare. It's something very difficult for me to actually become more energized before I started teaching. So I feel because of this, this is something which I'm also passionate about, and I should continue doing this.
This is something I find fascinating because
Yeah.
both you and Monique interviewer, you guys said like a choir is like a refreshing thing.
Yeah, correct.
For you guys,
Yeah,
like after 1 week of works, right?
Yeah.
But I think for us, like for students, it's like another co-curriculum. So it's not as refreshing. Like we didn't expect it to be refreshing, although it turns out to be lah. But then we'll find choir again. We will have a little bit.
Yeah.
But then Monique she find choir like she look forward to every single practice.
I also look forward. Maybe it's a different perspective.
Maybe after we join like the workforce, maybe we will feel the same. I hope someday we'll feel that.
Because you'll be working.
Yeah. So maybe
and
it'll be like a very
you have
different
something you have something to work. Oh, Saturday or finally can do something I like.
Yeah.
Or suddenly can do something which I'm looking forward to. Maybe you'll do that later.
Yeah,
I don't know.
later.
If you ask me 2-3 years ago, if I'm ready to let the choir take a break and stop or pause, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, my answer would be no. Even 3 years ago or even 2 years ago. But then I feel after COVID and everything, and of course after I started work after COVID. So I guess after I started work, I feel that people do have, unfortunately people do have commitments and they have their own lives. I used not to think that way in uni. In uni I was like, it's just study, you just go and study and then you still have time on weekends what. You still have time on weekends, you still have time after you go back home at 5-6, after uni, after college, after school, you go home, you still have time what, why cannot come choir? Yeah, this is what I thought back then. Then when I started work and I started to get into that schedule of 8 to 5 every day, and then because I was training back then, so I had work even on weekends, extra work to catch up on my logbooks and everything. Then only I felt it's only natural that people have commitments and other work, to sustain themselves and their families. And I actually began to accept, although it's difficult, I do start to accept that people cannot come to choir weekly. So it became a little bit, not to say easier to let go, but I became more understanding that people are busy, they have things to do. And so if they don't come, yes, I will, when the first message that comes, okay, this one cannot come, I will feel, cannot come again. But then
you can understand.
But then after I stop for about a few seconds, then I think back, okay, they have stuff to do, they have priorities, and so I understand and I let them do what they think it's important for them. They are already grown up. They don't need, it's not like school time where I need to push things, and they already, I know they know what's important for them. And so it's definitely not easy, but it's definitely a little bit better now because I can understand their position better. And if you said why does it look like I'm putting on a very confident front, I always, because of my nature of my upbringing in school back then, I was always the leader, so I always have to maintain a very cool front. And of course now I'm as your leader also, I have to always make sure I'm very composed. Not many of you see what's behind because I don't, sometimes I do tell, sometimes I don't. So it's difficult, not gonna lie, that this is putting I'm going to put a pause on this, and it's my own decision and this thing to actually, it was actually me who actually said, I think we need to pause a while because I cannot continue like this. It's unfair to those who come every week and then they come, but I cannot do much because I don't have enough people. And then they come to a point where I can't do anymore because I don't have enough people. So of course there's sadness and regret, but again, everyone's grown up. I know they're doing what's best for them. So I'm still trying to accept this, and honestly this morning I woke up
and cried.
No, I didn't cry, but I woke up and I felt empty. Yeah, this is true. I actually felt empty. I cannot explain this emptiness. It's just, I feel like it's something that I have lost. It's something like I have lost part of myself with the choir. I've left something there with them, which it belongs there and it stays with them and I cannot get it back because it's 8 years and I've placed something there with them, and so today that something is lost.
Paused.
Yeah, so yeah, it's difficult to accept. I'm still trying to accept it today. Yeah, it will take some time, but yeah, I did feel the emptiness today, and I do not know how long I'm going to feel that, and I do not know if anything can replace that, as in anything, as in me going back to Mavens and teach, or me trying to take up my diploma stuff, or me playing the piano at home. I don't know if that can replace. I don't think so, because it's a very special bond between every one of you and me, so I don't think anything can replace that. But maybe to make it feel better, maybe a fill in, I can try and fill it in with my other music stuff, but it cannot fully replace that thing. Yeah, actually I have been doing that to people who I tried to pull back this year, as in after COVID. I did like I did try, as in I tried to make them feel at home at least every week when they come, and of course you know, I feel the difference between me and other people is that other people, I guess other teachers and other trainers, they may not ask like, how's your week, like how has your test been, like you went for an exam or something, like how was it. But I would actually take out that extra time to go and ask you guys and to actually know a little bit more about your personal life, because I feel that's what makes you important to me and me important to you. I feel that's how we build connections, and it's not just like those normal business connections, and because I'm your teacher so I have to ask. No, I feel like I want to know, genuinely I want to know, because you're not just my student, you are my friend. Yeah, because we're not very far age. We're not very far in our ages. Yeah, honestly.
Although you look like 40.
Yeah, so I feel since they are my friends, and I usually genuinely want to know and catch up with my friends, like how they're doing and all, and so I always ask this to you guys. And so to those of you who after 2 years, or after how many years, X number of years, you guys decide to come back, but you guys are thinking twice because you have maybe forgotten how, and it's normal, it's going to happen. You're going to forget in these 2 years, because you may on and off sing in the shower or whatever. When you go for karaoke sessions with friends, you may occasionally sing, and then you will occasionally think about, choir stopped for 1 year already. Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm very honest, it's going to happen. You're going to be scared to come back because you are still thinking of that John 2 years ago, which will scold me if I don't know how to sing. Okay, but actually I don't scold you guys, right? Please don't be afraid to come back. Please be as honest with me as possible. Tell me your fears, tell me what you're worried about, because if you don't tell me, I don't know. There are so many of you. I try my best to know and try to help as much as possible. I will help you. You want me to coach you personally, or you want me to spend a little bit more time before practice, maybe half an hour, just to run through a little extra with you, I'm willing to do so. I have been willing, as you can see, past few years I did extra than what I'm supposed to do actually. So don't worry about not being able to handle your singing, but the most important thing is you come, and we need to be together again for this thing to start. At least you come and we can handle the rest. Don't be afraid to take the first step. Your first step comes from you, and I can help you all the other steps, but you just have to come and get things started.
Please come with money, we're very poor.
Come with money, come with funding. Okay, let me change the.
It has been a long 8 years with everybody. I do not know how much the 8 years mean to you, but for me, it is a big chunk of my life. 8 years is not 1 month, 2 months. It's not 1 year, 2 years. It's 8 full years. From May 2015, officially I started to teach until now, August 2022. It's been a long 8 years. So it's a big part of my life that I have spent with you. A lot of time has been spent with you. And when I woke up this morning and we had ended our last practice yesterday before the break, it felt, for the first time in so many years, I felt that emptiness which I couldn't explain. The emptiness which comes from the fact that, I finally stopped choir, because it's my decision to eventually put a pause to this because of whatever reasons there is. So finally the realization hit this morning when I was like, I don't have anything to hold on to anymore. Okay, regardless if you guys know it or not, the choir has been a strong support system for me. You guys encourage me. You guys give me that strong motivation. I do not know if you guys know this. That motivation and that drive to actually wake up every day and push on with life. This was back in uni, because I was struggling to complete my course. It's not easy to study all my drugs and all that. But I actually look forward every week to every Saturday, because I know I'm going to meet you guys and we're going to sing together and we're going to spend time with music, and that's what I feel energizes me until today. So not having that for the next 2 years, I do not know how it's going to feel for me, but for now it feels empty, and I don't think it can be replaced with other stuff. I can try to occupy myself with doing music, with playing the piano more, or perhaps teaching Mavens back, or even working on my diploma. But nothing will ever replace that chunk of time which we have been through together, because when I go with Elysian, when we meet together, there's always a big part of me that has been there with you, and so when it's there. I cannot take it back. It has been willingly given to you. So I hope you guys know that, and I hope it's the same for you guys. We have a special place and we have a special bond with each other. I feel I've not just become your coach. We are friends. We are more than friends. We are like a family. Yeah, so sometimes I remember very random stuff you guys ask me. John, Hazel asked me. Hazel told me that, John, I've got my driving license today. I passed my driving exam. You just share with me parts of your daily life, and for me that really touches me, because that shows you don't just treat me as a 老师, because you won't share that with anyone. You only share that with a friend that you trust and appreciate. So that touches me the most, and I treat all of you as very close members and part of the family. So I've said many times, but again, thank you for staying with me. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here today. Without you guys, the choir wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be here to teach. Nothing would exist without you guys. All of you have a very special place in my heart. All of you have played a very important role and all of you have actually taught me something regardless of you know it or not. You have actually taught me something directly or indirectly. So please hold on to all the memories that we have, and I hope you take something away from me than just learning about music, because actually I'm not just here to teach about music. I hope I was an example to you to become a better person, a more confident person, a better leader, a better friend, a better supporter, a better human being. Because ultimately I always tell myself, when I teach them, I don't just want to teach them about music, I want to teach them about leadership skills. How to be a better leader, how to lead people as a section leader, as a president, vice president, how to become more responsible. This is what I aim actually, not just music. Yeah, music is one part of it. I want to spread what I've learned in music to you guys. Music is a very important part of my life, and I hope I've shared that with you. But it's actually the leadership skills, how you manage people, how you organize events, how you handle problems when they come, how do you handle people who actually disagree with you for a certain thing, how you handle that helps you in your later stage of life. And that's hopefully what you have learned from me in these 8 years. Music wise, of course, music is important. It can be a full-time job, it can be your career. It's not just a hobby as many people can think. Yes, it may end up as a hobby, but if someone tells you it's more than it is just a hobby and it cannot be more than that, please don't believe them. In Malaysia it's a bit difficult because many people believe that it's just a less important thing to do and should spend more time on more important matters. But I'm telling you now, and you have seen yourself through these 8 years, friends and family have seen you have done so much in 8 years. Music has been a part of you, and it can go on to become more than just a music teacher or just a singer than most people think. It can help you, even if you don't choose music, it can help you in the career that you choose in ways that you can never imagine, like character development and all that, because of the skills that you learned in choir that builds your character. So if someone tells you next time that music is just something that you spend on the side, you know what to tell them. Please remember the time you spend in choir. So I cannot say again, I appreciate everything that all of you have done, and I'm putting it as 2 years, but hopefully we can make it quicker, or at least 2 years, and we can all come back once all of you have stable jobs, finish your degrees, finish your studies. When you all have stable time slots at the weekend, hopefully we can continue what we're doing now, because it's very hard to actually gather you guys who have the same compatibility with each other, same thinking and our same goals. It's very hard to gather this group. So when I realized this, I don't want to let it go so easily, and I hope you guys also make an effort to come back. You guys take the first step and we will handle the rest when the time comes. So I wish all of you the very best in whatever you do. I know you guys are going to be amazing people in whatever you choose, and I'm always here. If you ever need my help or advice, just give me a call, give me a text, and I will help whatever I can in my capacity. That's all from me.